Hi, I'm Elly. Today I'm going to read you a story called Whatcha Got. Are you ready to listen? Okay, I'm going to read you the story. Whatcha Got. I ran into the living room, grabbed the remote, and turned on the TV. Just in time, I heard those magic words, Whatcha Got. It was very vintage, my favorite TV show ever. Very very vintage went to a different city every week. People brought in old stuff, and the experts on the show told them what it was worth. The best one of all was Justin Justo. He was a real pro. He always knew what everything was worth. I'd never seen him stumped. My little brother Baxter liked very vintage, too. He sat next to me with his teddy bear. We watched the experts look at some silver dishes, a glass lamp, and an old tool called a sugar cutter. Justin said that hundreds of years ago, sugar came out in a loaf, so you needed something to cut pieces from it. Who knew? Then a lady showed up with some wooden box. Justin lifted the lid. Inside were some coins, shiny and gold. The lady had found them while she was digging in her garden. I held my breath. Just told her what they were worth. Woohoo! $2,000. That's why I like this TV show much. Real people find real treasure all around them. I can't believe it, oh my! The rest of the hour flew by. Music came in, and a man's voice said, Very Vintage is on the road again. We're heading to St. Louis Clubland. Sini, Taddy, and Gradyville. I blinked twice. Did he say Gradyville? Gradyville is where I live. Very Vintage was coming to my town. I let out a whoop. Then I ran to tell my mom the good news. Can we go, Mom? Can we, huh? I begged. Okay, Megan, she said. Now, all I needed was a treasure that would make Justin just jump for joy and we get me on TV. Do you have any words? I asked. Old swords are usually worth lots of money. Swords, Mom almost choked on the word. Not in this house, young lady. Sam spun it upside down and tried. No, she said. I said, what about diamond necklaces? My mom smiled. Nope, no diamond necklaces either. Letters from dead presidents? I asked hopefully. No, Megan, she laughed. I didn't know why Mom did that. That was what was so funny. I looked around. We had to have something valuable somewhere. Everything is too new, I groaned. Try the basement, Mom said. There are some old boxes down from Granny's house. We never unpacked them. Finally, Mom was being helpful. Baxter and I went downstairs. The boxes were in a corner covered with dust. That was good. It meant they were old, vintage. Either that or Mom wasn't a good housekeeper. The first box was full of dishes. Once I saw a very vintage show where a hand-printed plate for brass was worth $700. This box could be a gold mine. I pulled one out. It was yellow with orange ducks. It looked hand painted. The ducks were kind of blurry, like when a painting gets smeared. Yay, my first big find. I put it in my box. I opened another book. It was filled with photographs. Photographs can be worth good money. The best ones were black and white and had a famous person in them. The top picture was black and white, but maybe this guy was famous. I put the picture in the back too. Another box had old shoes in it. I'd never seen old shoes on the very vintage show, but you never know it. I put them in too. In the rest of the boxes found a telephone, some old books, a cup with moose head from a handle, a hooked rug, and a glass statues missing one arm. Baxter went through the boxes too. He put 4 pens and ice cream scoop in with my stuff. The last box was the best of all. It had a painting in it. Justin Justel almost always got excited over paintings. This one was a beauty. It was a sunset over an ocean. There was no name on it, but I bet it was done by somebody famous. I held the bag up the stairs. Baxter came too. Mom, I yelled. You were right, Grammy had great stuff. very vintage, I said. I laughed at my own joke. The 3 days until Saturday went very slowly. Finally, it was the big day. Mom drove us to the high school. That's where they are having very vintage. We followed the signs of the gym. We walked through the big doors, and then I was there. Huge signs hung up from the ceilings. Tables were set up along the edges of the gym. Everywhere I looked, people were standing in long lines. It was so cool. Mom took us to one of the lines. We stood there and waited and waited. I counted the people in front of me. 23. We waited some more. Baxter lay down on the floor. He rested his head on his teddy bear and looked at the ceiling. We waited and waited and waited now, and I heard a squeal. There was someone with a treasure. Eee! And finally, we made it into the front of the line, and there he was. Hi, Mr. Justel, he speaked. He gave me a dazzling smile. Hey, little collector, he said, what you got? I felt a tingle in my neck when I heard those famous words. I couldn't speak, so I dumped my stuff on the table instead. And just as Malcolm made a big O, he was amazed at the stunning beauty of my many treasures. Or maybe he was just stunned by how many there were. And there were an awful lot. And picked up them painfully. He said, it's from Mercy's Secrets 1982. Now, 1982 was a long time ago, but very vintage things are much older. I didn't think that was a good sign. 50 cents, he told me. On my money went all my things. Nothing was worth than $1, not even the painting. $1. Justin started to call the next person in line when someone caught his eye. Wait, he cried. What's that? The camera swung my way. I had a treasure after all. I smiled my biggest smile. But the camera wasn't pointing at me. It was pointing at Baxter. Justin snatched Baxter's teddy bear from him. He had the crummy old bear like it was gold or diamonds or an old sword. He looked at the bear's paw. Aw, he said softly. Yes, a stiffened badge bear. The camera came in closer. Do you know what this is worth? Justin asked. My brother Baxter shrugged. Only 100 of these were made 80 years ago, said Justin. So even as loved as it is, this bear is worth $1,000. $1,000? I gasped. Wow, where did you get it? Asked Justin. My mom answered for Baxter. It was mine when I was little, she said, and my father's before me. It's a true treasure, Justin said. He handed the bear to Baxter. Baxter hugged it tight. I couldn't tell he didn't care what it was worth. Baxter would love the bear if it were worth 50 cents. And maybe that's what a real treasure is. 3 weeks later, we watched very vintage from Gradyville. There was Baxter and his teddy bear on TV. And if you look closer, you could just see me. Okay, and today I read a story called Whatcha. Maybe if there is a program, I want to take out some things that look a little bit old. Okay, thank you for seeing this video. Bye.